Greetings, dear all world over. Today we have yet another exciting conversation here on YTT. We are talking about matters of love, matters of the family, and my guest in studio today, you won't believe it. We have the USA on set today, Troy and Shiphrah. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, it's amazing to have you here, and it's an achievement for us to have you here. Now, as just to start the conversation, we have a tradition here. So when we're hosting couples, there's these icebreaker questions here. I'll give you here. You need to get 5 of your choice, but don't overturn them just the way they are. Pick 5. Also give her. Okay, let me do a ladies first.
Okay.
Yes. Pick 5 of your choice. 5 of your choice. Careful, you might pick a trap. Okay. 5. Are they 5? Gotten 5? Yes. Okay. Well, Troy, get 5 also. Okay. Let's give it back to me. So now how this works is you read a question, she responds. Also, she reads a question, you respond. When they're exhausted, then we get into the conversation. So let the fun begin.
Okay. Should I begin or?
I don't know who begins.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
All right, it says, what's one small gesture I do that makes you feel loved?
So one small gesture that he does is brings me flowers.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
What's the most memorable date we've had so far?
Most memorable. That one's a loaded one. I would say during our courtship, we went on a boat. Okay. So where I live, there's a place where the celebrities live, and in order to access it, you have to take a boat. Okay. So you take the boat, and then you can tour and see all of the fancy homes. And we went on the tour together. So I think that was nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Oh, my turn, sorry. All right, so it says, if I were a superhero, what would my superpower be?
Oh wow. I don't know many superheroes. I don't think the ones that I know you qualify for those.
Oh, okay.
But no, they're all good. But you're better than them is what I mean.
Oh, thank
yes,
you.
So
Nice
I don't have a superhero.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, next one.
Who's more likely to forget an important date, birthday, anniversary, etc.?
Who's more likely to forget? Well, you're really good at remembering things. So I would say me. I'd probably forget more than she would, but she's very analytical in that way. You know, she won't forget something. Let me move on. All right, so we have, if I could eat only one food forever, what do you think it would be?
Rice and peas.
Oh, yes. Can't go wrong with rice and peas.
If our marriage had a theme song, which one would you pick?
A theme song? Man, that's a good one. Yeah. A theme song. I think we have to get back to that one. We might have to ask another question because that's going to take some in-depth thought. Yeah. But we'll revisit that one. Okay. All right. So this one says, what's one thing I do that always makes you laugh?
When you do gestures.
Gestures?
Yes.
Okay.
Like different gestures.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had to pick our dream vacation spot, where would it be?
Dream vacation spot. There's a lot of places. Dream vacation spot. I know you want to go to a lot of different places, but the dream one, it'd have to be somewhere where there's a lot of nature. I'm not sure. Maybe Australia, or maybe Hawaii, or maybe it has to be somewhere outdoors. Yeah, where there's a lot of animals, or maybe Scotland or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, again? Or,
I think it's your turn.
okay.
Oh no, it's me. Okay. All right. So, what was your very first impression of me when we met?
I thought you were very outgoing, and charming.
Oh, okay.
So,
Thank you.
yes, that was my first impressions.
Nice.
All right. Who's more likely to start an argument and who's more likely to apologize first?
Okay. I would say probably you.
Yes.
I always end up apologizing first. Yeah, most times it's me. Yeah. I'm out of questions. I think that's all of them. I asked all five.
Okay, yeah. Still waiting to listen to more. So let me pick on one,
Okay.
just to get into the conversation when you asked and said, what was your first impression of me when we met?
Mm-hmm.
So who gives the better side of the story on how you just met? Just the details of how it happened.
Troy.
Okay.
I think I do. I probably do, yeah.
Alright.
So the way we met is we used to go on this prayer line.
Mm.
And actually, Shiphrah didn't go on, her mom went on. And so I would go on every morning and every afternoon. And I got familiar with the brethren, but I hadn't met them in person. This is when I just got the message the same year, actually. And there was an all-day event where the brethren would meet in one. They would choose one state, and they would all meet there on one Sabbath.
Okay.
And so I drove to Georgia. I live in Florida. I drove to the neighboring state to attend the all-day. And she was there with her mom and her sister.
Okay.
And I greeted them, and her mom introduced me to her two daughters. And that's when the very first time I met Shiphrah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you notice him like the first time that you?
I did. I said hello. And that was pretty much it. It was just like a hi in passing.
Yeah, it was very short. It was
Yeah,
very
it's like,
short.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Shiphrah, I'm Troy, and then it was it.
Yeah, there were a lot of brethren there. And it was my first time meeting other believers,
But
so.
pay attention to her.
Yeah, I saw her.
Just
I had to see her,
just
yeah.
some random individual.
No. I noticed her for sure. For sure. Yeah.
On your side, how was it? Well, just a guy greet. Okay, that's all.
Well, I didn't think much of it. I just said hi, did the greetings, and then I went about my business. So I wasn't like, yeah.
We didn't talk much that
Yeah.
time.
Oh.
No, it was just a greeting, and I think did we all eat together after?
No.
No, you ate
no.
with someone else. We
Yes.
all yeah.
Yes.
So it was brief. That was
Yeah.
just the first introduction.
It was
so.
less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Mm-hmm.
okay. So then what draws the two of you? Like, at what point does the conversation, like constant conversations, begin between the two of you? So that day you meet, you greet, and it was just let me say a meet and greet. That's all. Then at what point now do you begin to conversate? Do you exchange numbers and stuff?
Yeah, so that was years later. So because we lived in different states, so I didn't see her often at all, actually. It was just really saw her online, and I had known her mom. So I met her mom in person a couple times at that point, but I was in school. So I wasn't at the point in my life where I could afford to travel from state to state and to do these things. I was in school. I was like a first-year student, so in college. But later on in life, once I had graduated and had a job and I had my own place, that was when I pursued her. I spoke to her mom, as I said, on our previous meeting. I spoke to her mom, told her I wanted to get to know her daughter. And then that was when things became more consistent, So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Now, let's shift a bit. We'll connect this story. We want to get it bit by bit for our people. Where do you get this color? Because if, like here in Zambia, if you were just quiet, you didn't talk, somebody would mistake you for somebody who stays in maybe Salama Park or something. We have, like, Zambian. until you speak, then they'll say, okay, I think, or are you from the Caribbean, your roots, or you have roots from Africa here? So where do you get this color, this melanin?
My father, both of my parents are Jamaican.
Oh.
Yeah, they're both Jamaican. So, but my father is of a darker complexion and my mother is of a lighter complexion.
Okay.
But my mother's father is actually very clear skin, like very light skin, and his father was like of the European descent. So, yeah.
What side was it? Like pure USA, everything?
No. So I have Native American on my mom and dad's side, and I also have Black American on my mom's side, and then my dad's side European.
Okay.
So.
That's different backgrounds altogether. And now, remember we were talking on how you started conversating. So years later, you are done with school, you have your own place. Then you remember that there's a sister I saw.
Oh, yeah. So I was still in contact with her every now and then because I had a prayer line that I used to host.
Okay.
So we had a prayer line. She would attend sometimes. Yeah, not all the time because she's not very talkative, you know. So you have to really be persistent when you're getting to know her. And so she would attend sometimes. I called her a few times. And even though we weren't seeing each other, we still kind of kept in contact, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he made his intentions known to you, so when the message actually reached you, okay, before actually he made his, like, did you at some point suspect that I think this one is heading into this direction?
No, I didn't suspect anything, but
He was very strategic.
yes, he was very strategic, very smooth.
Yeah.
So when he first announced it to me, I had to pause, and I was like, I started talking to my sister. I was like, what do I respond? I was very nervous, and then I was like, how do you want to get to know me? But it was very nice how he did it.
Okay.
Yes.
Huh. How long did it take for you to come to decide?
That I wanted to talk with him as well, or
After he made his intentions known to you, then you go to your sisters. But the process of you getting back to him and give him like a precise answer, how long did it take?
I don't know if I actually gave you a precise answer. Did I give you a
No,
precise? I didn't.
she didn't.
I didn't.
I just kept calling. Like I would just talk to her. Text her.
Yeah, I didn't give you an answer.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
remember
she
giving you
didn't.
an
He's
answer.
still waiting for an
Yeah.
You know, still waiting for the answer. So now, okay, you continue talking. It's obvious that, okay, I think this is what is happening here. At what moment or at what point did you actually, you got so sure that I think we want to spend the rest of our lives together? When did it become clear to you?
I think it was clear to me like after 6 months of dating, and I really liked how he did everything. How he was persistent, how he was calm. He had a lot of the attributes that I wanted in a partner. So that's when I knew.
You knew that.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
this is the one. Troy, how was it when it was like, at the time you were approaching, you were already sure?
No, I had an idea,
Okay.
but I needed to get to know her more because it was long distance, and so I didn't have that one-on-one time with her. But I kind of had an idea that she was a great candidate to be with long term. But it's interesting because when I first started talking to her, she told me, I asked her like, how long when you talk to someone do you think before you would want to move into a marriage type of relationship? Yeah. She told me 2 years. You remember that? 2 years.
I think this was something like 5 years.
Yeah. She said no. At first she said 5 years because she was just kind of, I guess, trying to see where my mind was. I think anyway. And then she lowered it to 2 years. And then lo and behold, we started talking and things were going very smoothly, And then around like, I would say 6 months or so, is when I think it was clear that, we needed to start arranging for marriage. So we start taking additional steps, start planning and things like that.
How long did it take again, you said? From the time, how long did it take for you now to decide that I think let's begin to plan marriage and stuff?
So that was a year.
After a year?
Yeah, after a year.
Okay.
Yes.
But you mean planning as far as like actual coordinating though?
Yes.
But I meant more so just like mentally you sort of already know that this relationship is going to eventually graduate at some point, that's my perspective. I don't know.
Okay.
Yours is probably different. But.
Well, I guess I didn't really start the planning phase or like thinking of marriage until I was thinking of it, but I wasn't gonna like get my hopes up until you actually said, "Will you marry me?"
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
Okay, I see. Brother Troy, you mentioned something that I want you to pound on. You are saying when you wanted to approach, like to make your intentions known, you talked to her mother.
Yes.
Now, here in Africa, okay, let me say in Zambia, mostly that happens the opposite way. You go back doors, agree. Others, they go to an extent of the only time the parents will know, it is when they are coming to propose marriage. All these while things have been running in the background. And at a time now you want to marry, then the parents just see people appear. And sometimes they are shocked. You understand? Just on that one, what do you think is the importance of making it known just from the onset? You make it known to the parents, or culturally that's what you do there, or also you have situations where people are just running back doors without informing the parents?
Yeah, so the latter. So what you described of the backdoor communications, that's the norm. So at the time when I settled and I realized that, okay, I'm seriously ready to pursue a partner, I was reading the Spirit of Prophecy.
Okay.
And I had already discovered by that point what the proper channel was. Yeah, so inspiration actually says that you can't steal a woman's affections unbeknown to her parents, things like that. You're not supposed to get that type of, I would say, intimacy without the people who are closest to her guardians, etc., being aware of it. And so when I read those type of statements, I said, okay, let me do it the proper way. Okay. And so I informed the mother, and I think if you do it that way, I think the parents respect you more. Yeah. They give you more leverage because they already see you as someone who is, has the right principles. So.
Now, at the time you met, I just want you to emphasize, we're already studying the message. All right. So who started first? You or him?
I was studying first. Yes.
Okay. Great stuff. Now, after a year, you two are sure that okay, I think we need to get married. The planning phase starts. Now, just walk me through the wedding. I was checking on your Facebook and I saw you at the beach. Let me not preempt you. The choice of the wedding place and everything, how was it? Who chose that spot, the beach? Was it at the beach or you just went for pictures there? I saw on.
It was at the beach. Did we both decided, right? Or
I think
it's like a team.
We wanted
thing.
it to be outdoor.
Yes.
So it was either going to be at the beach, or maybe somewhere like more forest type area, like outdoors. So we decided on the beach. Yeah.
Which part of the wedding was the most emotional one, if on your side?
Well, it was the actual wedding itself. Yes, because we had planned a lot and we had picked the music and everything like that. And I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, and then I started walking and the music started playing, and then that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brother Troy, you are standing and she's walking on the aisle. Here, what happens is that, you'll be standing here and, she'll be walking on the aisle. The parents are bringing her, then you let her meet and bring her there. Is that what you do there?
Yes. So her two brothers, are the ones who escorted her down the aisle. And I was standing there, and the music that we had picked was playing. And we actually had like these rose petals, these flower petals on the ground, and everybody was just there, and I was just.
What's happening in your mind at that time?
I mean, it was an experience. It feels surreal. Like it almost feels like it was a dream. I just remember seeing her coming down the aisle, and I just remember saying that, this is the time. It was very emotional because the music was. We picked those songs, and then it was nice though.
What's happening to you now? You're walking on the aisle. Just run me through. What's in your mind?
I was very nervous.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very I was very nervous, and I was just like, okay, I wanted to. I was like, this is it, and yeah, I was hoping that I stayed put together. So yeah.
Great stuff. Great
Yeah.
stuff. Now, so you say the vows, and the officiating minister, declares you husband and wife. Now you are married. What are some of the surprises that you just found after you married? Like the biggest surprise about marriage that you discovered? Obviously, that was contrary to your expectations. There's that thing where when you're not married, there are things you expect. And after you marry, you discover, hey, I think this is not it. I don't know. You on that one?
Oh,
I can start.
Oh, the both of you. Obviously, you could have the different side of the story. Also, her, yeah.
So one of the things I realize is when you're not married and you meet people who are married, you sort of think they have it all figured out. You'll hear Mr. and Mrs. so-and-so, and they're always together, and you sort of think, okay, they got it figured out. But once you get married, you realize that it's just a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. You're never going to actually arrive, I would say. Because even when you first get married, even saying this is my wife or this is my husband, it kind of feels a little awkward at first when you just get married. Okay. You have to kind of grow into it. And so that's a message that I would give to the audience is it's a growth. You're always going to grow while you're married,
Okay. Anything on your side? Expectations versus the reality?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that life would be, you just come together, and then, you'll be doing your side things together. Yeah. So not really, no. Yeah.
Okay.
I see. So, what's the most valuable lesson you've learned since you got married? Obviously, that you could have not learned if you're not married.
Can you go while I think about it?
Most valuable lesson?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say I've learned that sometimes someone just wants to be heard. Okay. They're not necessarily looking for a solution in that moment. And sometimes, as a man, whenever there's a problem, you immediately try to find a solution. Right? We analytically process information, always looking for some sort of answer to it or some way to fix things. But sometimes when you're married, you just need to be there. You just need to listen. You just need to be present in the moment. And then you can worry about finding a solution after you've dealt with the conflict or whatever it is that you're experiencing together. That's one thing I learned.
Did you have to make some adjustments after getting married? some things that you used to do before and after?
Well, yes, there is, like, before I used to make decisions alone.
Okay.
So then I had to get used to, like, we have to make them
Were
together
there
now.
moments when you could forget that you're the two of you?
No, I have not forgotten. No, no.
Okay. So, two people from two different backgrounds. How do you manage from just the conversation and what you said earlier? I figured he's more extroverted than you.
Yes.
So he's the guy who talks so much and you're more quiet, mostly quiet.
Well,
I mean, who talks the more? Sometimes it is introverts that, okay.
You know what's funny? I think we're both introverted, but I'm more. It's very interesting.
Okay.
But Shiphrah talks a lot though.
Oh.
But she has a wall where she has to become very comfortable with you to really express herself. Yeah, but she talks a lot. She's very funny too. People don't know that, but she has many jokes. She's very hilarious. You have a good time, being around her. But if you just see her, you'd think she's shy. But I mean, she is shy most times. But
when you're the two of you, who listens the more?
I think it's about the same.
Yeah.
It's about the same.
50-50.
Yes. Sometimes I think you do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just a little,
Sometimes,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So how do you just manage those differences, personality differences, habits? Coming from two different backgrounds, raised by different parents from different backgrounds. How do you just manage those personality differences, habits that have been inculcated in you since childhood? How do you just handle that?
So if there's something that I'm not used to, we try to communicate it and work through it,
Okay.
and then understand where they're coming from. But I do have to do a lot more of that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question one more time? Sorry.
Talking about personality differences, habits, how do you just juggle around that? According to me, I want this thing here, but no, my partner, no, I don't want it here, I want it there. Get it? Yeah.
It's interesting because I don't think I'm picky in certain things. As long as we have...
You earlier said that she's likely to start a fight. No. Which one is likely to pick a fight and apologizes first?
I think I'm more laid back than she is. Very few things trouble me. I'm very simple. So if we have somewhere to live, and the bills are paid, and we have food on the table, and we have spiritual connection with God, I'm fine. A lot of things can happen, and I don't make a big deal. But what I've learned how to, I guess, navigate coming from different places is I just listen more now. I'm learning to listen more than I speak. Well, I'm trying to anyway. And when you listen to someone, you can understand that their perspective is all they have, and they're operating at the best capacity based on their perspective. So if they say something to you, and in your experience it means one thing, and you rush to get upset about it without considering where they're coming from, then you'll have a conflict. But most times, if you just listen and try to understand what they're saying, you can resolve things. I think that's how it is.
So on your side, if you could just pick those that you can remember, things that you have learned from this man here, you can just say, since I met this man, this, that.
Well, to be more calm, to be more laid back, to trust God more, to trust Him more. What else? That's all I can think of at the moment. Yeah.
Who is more patient between the two?
I would say he is.
Okay.
It depends. Yeah, no, it depends. Because You see, my lifestyle is one where like I just feel deep down that everything is gonna work itself out. That's just how I approach things.
Okay.
And it has pros and cons. So the pros, the good things is that I don't really panic. You know, I don't really panic. But the cons is everyone around me might be panicking.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really know how to navigate that sometimes, you know, because they get anxiety and they start getting scared. You know, if there's a steep deadline, you know, but yeah.
Okay. So, what little things, let's get to this part also, do you do just to keep, from what I saw, how long have you been married?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
So, meaning by the end of this year, it's going to third year.
August.
So yeah, the next August will be 3 years.
3 years. Okay. So, what things do you do just to keep love and the intimacy? It could be little things that you deliberately do just to keep it.
So he'll write notes sometimes and hide them different places, and then if I'm cleaning or something, I'll find them. So that's very sweet. And then sometimes when he does a nice sweet text.
Ah, okay. And that's good on your side. It feels nice. Ah, great. What does she do to just that she just takes you wow?
So she's someone who, whatever you're doing, she will assist you. You know, and for example, she's a nurse by profession, but you know, I do law, so she helps me with law. You know, if I'm in the kitchen trying to cook something, she'll help me there. If I'm in the garden trying to dig, she'll come by and help pull the weeds. Like, she's always helping, and for me, I'm someone who really appreciates that. And so it's just the simple things. Like, even if I'm trying to like scratch my back, she'll come over and scratch it for me. You know, those little things. Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah,
they just keep it. You're a lawyer by profession, as you said. On the other side, you're a man of God, greatly engaged in the word of, in the word. How do you just balance work? But you also have to do the work of God, but you also have to be there for your wife.
So the way I balance it, or it's a learning process, I must say. I'm still trying my best to balance it. But what I've learned is that I had to become an owner. So the employee lifestyle for a lawyer in the United States is one where you're overworked.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it is very difficult to have a ministry where you're sharing the truth, have a home family life, and work for a company. You know, it's difficult. So I had to step out on faith and transition into opening our own firm. Okay. And then that gives me the ability to be even here right now, you know. But it just takes faith and determination, and God will work everything out if we're willing to step out on that faith. But now that I own it now, I can spend more time, because we work together. Oh. Yeah, so we work in the same office. So I see her every day, pretty much, at work and home.
Now that prompts the other question. So you're a nurse by profession. What are you doing in the law firm?
I'm helping.
Just walk me through that.
Well, I like the work I do at the firm better than nursing.
Okay.
Yes. So it's very political in nursing. I don't feel like I get to help people how I want to. But so I feel like I can make more of a difference helping him and helping our firm grow.
Okay. So I want more details there. You did nursing, then did you practice? You started working?
I did, yes. When I did my degree, I did start working. I worked for about 5 years as a nurse.
5 years?
Yes.
Then when you got married, then you shifted from nursing?
Yes.
To the...
Yes, working with him.
Okay.
So.
Couple goes.
She does a lot. So she's very modest, but she does a lot for the firm. So I only do the legal part, the law. She does everything else. She does the paralegal. She does the receptionist. She does HR. She does the accounting. She handles like everything.
Okay.
I just do the legal. So together, it works. You know,
works.
it works. Yeah, it works.
Now, separating husband and wife, and you know, it is you people developed the concept of a separate legal entity. So the law, the firm, the company, and you, two different entities. How do you just put a line? Are there moments when you forget that, oh, this is work, it is not home? Are you getting what I'm trying to drive into? How do you just make a balance? Because I've seen couples where they can't literally work in one office. It's chaos. Because at home, maybe, she didn't maybe clean your shoes. And you pick it, you have it in you. At work, suppressed emotions have resurrected. You get what I'm saying? So how do you just put a balance to know that, okay, at home, we have unresolved issues, but this is work. We are friends here until we get back home, we'll resolve our issues. I don't know who picks on that one. Just walk me through that.
It's a learning process. I can't say we've arrived because we still are trying to master that. Okay. It's different because when you don't work with your spouse and there's a conflict that arises at work, it stays at work. You know, you can go home and you won't even remember about it until you go back to work. Okay. But when you're working with your spouse, you have to know how to resolve conflict. Because if you don't, whatever happens at the workplace is gonna follow you home, you know. Okay. So what we do is we're pretty organized in how we run the firm, because she will handle the upfront communications with the clients, and I will handle everything on the back end. And so communication is the key.
It's the key.
Yeah, is the key. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have it though. I needed more. I'll get back to you on the part of transitioning from what you started and versus what you are doing, and you just leaving, go and start work with your husband without actually feeling that you've lost your individuality. You know, there are cases where you feel as if you've lost yourself by joining to work with your spouse. You get that, eh? So at what point, actually, I think we can just talk about it now. At what point was it clear for you that I think I'm ready to jump from leave what I'm doing and get and do work with my husband? Did you wait until the law firm started doing well, or you just started it together from scratch?
Started it together from scratch. Yes. So I always knew that eventually I would like to leave nursing, and so that was the opportunity. So
you left and started from scratch?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she was there. She was there from the beginning. When it was just an idea, I used to write it on paper, what my goals were. And she was there when we started it, everything, the whole way. So it's her firm, you know, as well as mine. So it's not like but she did work as a nurse for a while when we were married. But I guess she felt better, as she said earlier, working for the firm. This is very different in the United States when it comes on to nursing. Okay. She barely touched on it. It's political, right? Go ahead.
It's very political, and it's like you don't get to actually help the patients. It's about money. Get them in, get them out, so the next one can come in, and you know, and then the environment's very dramatic as well. So it doesn't leave you room to like actually help someone and actually figure out what they actually need. You're just doing the surface level. So yeah, just a little bit different there.
If you could go back to your dating days, what would you do differently?
I guess I would try not to be as, nervous or anxious. Be a little more calm. Yeah, because I'm.
Okay. Right. What would you do different?
When we were initially dating, is that what the question was?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just answer that one first.
Okay.
If I could go back to that, I would be more, maybe more considerate.
Okay.
Because I know her now, so I know her tendencies now. And so at that time it was difficult because I was far, So I'd be more intentional and more considerate. That one. But to the second question now, could you just remind me the second question?
If you could relive one moment, which one would it be?
It'd probably be that same moment.
That same moment.
That was a wonderful moment. It was a wonderful moment because we were there. It was early, right?
Yeah, we were watching the sunset go down.
Yeah.
And then we were just talking, sitting there in our chairs.
And it was just us on the beach.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the water was in the background, and it was just nice, man. It was the right weather. Everything was cool, Okay. It was a nice time. Yeah, it was a great moment, actually. Thank you for that question.
And now, is it the same place where you chose to have the wedding event from? Or it was the same place?
Yeah, it was the same place. He asked me to be his girlfriend, same place he asked me to marry him, and then we married on the same place.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very, very nice.
Great stuff. Amazing. So now, if you would advise a couple preparing for marriage, what would you tell them? Speak from your successes, but also from your failures. If you could just advise them, those that are preparing for marriage, could be preparing for the wedding, I don't know, but if you could just advise them, who do I start with? Both of you have to, each one, you have to give a male perspective, you have to give a female perspective. I don't know which one will start first.
You can start.
All right, well, I would say to trust God, be patient, to read His Word. God will bring the right one. So, yes.
Okay.
I would say that you have to find a person that shares your beliefs, that understands your vision, your goals, and is willing to support you. Also, someone who is kind to your family, and someone who genuinely cares about you. If you find that person, hold on to them, because it doesn't come around too often when all of those things harmonize, and so you shouldn't, if external appearance, whether they're attractive physically or not, is the primary source of why you want to be with that person, I would say that's a mistake. I would say go to God humbly, pray about it, and see, because the character of the person is what's going to stand the test of time. So I would say make sure that, it's someone who loves the Lord, you have the same beliefs, they care for your family, and they generally care for you, and they will support you. That's the person that you should hold on to.
I agree.
Great stuff. You want to say something also?
No, I was just saying I agree.
Yeah. Now, you've mentioned something consistently, and that is faith, spirituality. Just run us through the importance of faith, compatibility in that regard, faith.
Sure. Yeah, so if they don't have the same faith as you, you're not going to reach your potential, because you're going to have to isolate a certain part of yourself from your partner. And you can only really reach your potential if you're maximizing your talents in every facet of your life, you know? And so if I have to hide what I understand about truth from this person, I don't feel free to share it with them. I can't travel. They don't get the same sense of joy that I get when I'm studying or I'm sharing truth. Then I'm already limiting my growth, you know? And so I think that it's impossible to reach your potential as a man or as a woman, you know? You don't want to limit yourself. For example, if I wasn't married to someone who shared my beliefs, how would I explain being in Zambia right now?
Yeah.
You see that? I'd have to make some excuse or that's not it, brethren. So if they don't share your faith, as inspiration says, you can leave. Don't even start. Even if you started, go to the Lord, fast and pray, get out of that situation because it's not for your best interests. Yeah.
On your side, just the importance of having a husband who is a firm believer.
It's really good because then he can lead out. You know, he does the leading out in the worships, and like, excuse me, drawing you closer to God. He, you know, when you lead out, you can explain. You see the different perspectives, and you get to see like, that makes so much more sense. Or like, you know, you bounce off of each other the ideas. Otherwise, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to do that. They wouldn't know what you're talking about. So that's very nice.
Yeah. The importance. Now, Brother Troy, there's this idea that we marry them, then we obviously change them. What you say on that one? Especially it falls on us so much, men. But obviously also women, there are women that think like that. If the woman you're eyeing, you've seen, okay, I think I like that one, but there's some incompatibility in terms of faith. What's a correct procedure? Should you go ahead, or you should just say, okay, let me pursue them, make my intentions known, then out of love, obviously they can change. People change.
So when it comes to faith, that's one thing I think you should not compromise on. If it's anything else, you can sort of, I guess, meet them where they are. You know, you can be flexible. For example, like let's say they're not financially stable to where you would want to live, the lifestyle you'd want to live, but they're a great fit, they're a great person, they're kind, they're loving, then you could, you know, be a little bit more flexible. But when it comes down to faith, that's something that I think you cannot jeopardize or you cannot risk. It's too risky. Because we hear those stories of people who married someone who didn't believe and ultimately they became a believer. But that's rare. Majority of the time, you will become desensitized to spiritual things because your partner isn't encouraging you. They're not creating an atmosphere for you to grow. And if you're not growing, then you're dying. You know? So I would say it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's just a sacrifice.
Yeah, I see. Sister Shiphrah, how do you see it yourself? The man can change. I think this man is just okay, he's good, he helps me, he's there for me. But the faith is different, but maybe I can change him. What's your view on that concept of how to change a man?
No, you can't change anyone. So only God can do that. So if you try to go in and change someone, it's not going to work. It's going to be forced, and then even if they do change because you want to, they'll revert back. So it's not genuine. So no, I don't agree with trying to change someone.
Okay. Well, great stuff. What is it that we have not talked about here, but you'd want us to talk about it? About the both of you, or just on this conversation?
Well, I would say when you talk to someone of a different background, I know that's a very controversial subject among believers, and it's something that I'm still learning about. So I'm studying into it. But for me, even deeper than culture, like language and family tradition. What binds us together is the truth. So if someone shares your faith, in my current understanding, is that should bind you closer than whether you're from the same country or whether you have the same, language or things like that. As long as you can ultimately communicate and the person is spiritually inclined and they can foster an environment where you can grow spiritually, I think that that's more important than focusing on certain, cultural, we would say, requirements depending on where you're from. That is my position. I know others have different positions, but that's what I believe.
Okay.
What was the question again?
Anything that you think, I've a last question I want to ask, because production is saying we are running out of time. I have a last question that I want to ask, but before I ask it, is there anything that you would want to air out? We didn't really talk about it here, but you just want to leave a word on it. Anything that you would pick, if there is?
Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing comes to mind. One brother is saying, how to marry from the US. So it was when they knew that I was coming to have a conversation with the two of you, and he said, so what do women in the US really want? Sisters, how do I get one from there? And I said, I'll ask on your behalf.
Well, I'm not quite sure, but I guess you just talk to them, find something in common. That's all I have.
Okay. Brother Troy, well, a man's perspective, how to hunt from there.
It depends on the sister, but most times they want, you have to have your own place.
Okay.
Right? If you don't have your own, if you can't put a roof over their head, then you're already operating at a disadvantage. Yeah. So you want to have a job. It doesn't matter what the job is, as long as you can consistently show that you can provide.
One.
And you have a place to live. And as long as you're spiritual, they can feel that you will lead. Then I think it's just a matter of time. It's just personalities after that. Okay. Once those three things are covered, you say nice things, you be persistent. She'll crack after a while.
So I want us to re-echo on that one. Talking to Zambian men, number one, Brother Troy is saying you need to have a place of your own. Now, when you say a place of your own, Brother Troy, like you need to have a piece of land, you build your own house there, or it could be a place that you are renting. Which one there? Please clarify.
It could be somewhere you're renting, right? It could be as long as it's a safe place. Yeah, safe place.
So a place of your own. You need to have your own home, your own house. Number two, you need to have a source of income that is able to sustain. Right. Then the third one, you need to be spiritually rooted. Right. Then other things, obviously, they'll come. But these are the three things that you don't want to compromise on.
Right. If you have those and you're persistent, the sister she'll give in after a while. As long as you have a good personality, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but
What questions do you ask, like when a man approaches and things are getting serious? What do you want to see first?
From my perspective, it was that he was a godly man. Okay. He's spiritual. So he's spiritual. He did have a job. Okay. So that was number two. He had goals and aspirations. How many should I name? Well, he was kind and caring. His family was very nice. Okay. My family liked him. It was. We included everyone. Yeah. Which was very nice. Yeah. So.
Amazing conversation. So for the men that want to have one from the US, you heard it yourself. Please have a place of your own, have a stable, source of income, be spiritually rooted, my brother. You're going to get her, just like Sister Shiphrah here. Till we see you again, this has been YTT. I was your host, Derrick Munyinya.